Love the yoga.
Okay. Hi. Are you gonna stay? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's come to a seat. And start just getting comfortable in your seat on the mat. Lean forward, left and right, and even back a little. And just let your sits bones get real close to the mat. Let the hands just lay in the lap or rest on the legs for a moment. And start to look down at the floor or your nose and let your eyes start to relax and soften too. Take a nice big breath in the nose, like drinking in a big, slow drink of air. Fill the body all the way up as much as you can. And then exhale out of the mouth. Blow that breath all the way away. Take another slow, deep breath in the nose, filling the body up. Maybe feeling that fullness in between the breath for just a moment before now exhaling and blowing that breath all the way away. And then one more deep breath, slowly in the nose, fill the body up full. And then hold on to that breath for just a moment. And exhale, blow that breath all the way away. Start to bring your attention into the mind's eye, like in that third eye space. The space sort of in the middle of the forehead, and just let your awareness be right there. Sort of the doorway to our intuition. And just with your mind, just imagine helping that space open a little more for you, to let in more guidance from our higher power, from the universe. And let another breath go and even soften that awareness. Start to breathe your mind down to the heart space. Imagine your breath all around your heart. Imagine decorating your breath with love and compassion and patience and imagination and excitement and love, and letting your breath of all that sort of swirl and swim around that heart space. Let that heart space even open a little more. As you breathe, let your shoulders sit up a little taller now. Keep the face soft, the eyes soft, but just let your shoulders sit up a little taller. Let the spine feel a little stronger. And then bring the awareness a little lower, all the way down to our seat. The space where we connect to the mat connecting to our ground and our home resting on our land and our neighborhood, sitting within our city, on top of the ground, all connected to our earth at the core. And let yourself feel very grounded and really stable and connected to this part of our experience, this part where we're supported and uplifted. And now, as you take another breath, lean very forward. Keep the spine nice and long. Keep the spine straight, but just lean forward, almost like you're trying to look over the edge of a cliff or something, just with the eyes, just peeking with the spine. You'll feel the bum just lift in the seat, but just keep the spine straight and just reach forward. And then with your spine reaching forward in the seat, Take your head now and just look right and look left, almost like a slow no. And then take another breath and just sit back up nice and tall. Try to keep your spine straight while you do that movement. No Matilda. Take another breath and reach your shoulders a little higher. No. You want to get down? Come on. And exhale, let that breath go. Thinking into that navel space, keep your spine nice and long. We're just gonna do a little bit of a twist. So from the belly button first, breathe the spine high. And then just that belly button space, twist to the right. So just the lower body into that twist. Let your hands land on the leg, land on the mat. You can look with your eyes and chin, but don't force. And now on that next breath, we're gonna go across the heart space. So on that next breath, when you take the breath in, go a little bit more into that twist, just from the heart. Again, repositioning the hands on the body and behind you on the floor. Letting that sort of squeeze you into the twist, but not pull or force you into the twist. And then we're gonna take the shoulders and the chin. So another breath. And just go another inch or two, another notch or two, if you would, into that side. Soften the face, soften the eyes, and just be in that twist. If there's any pain in any part of it, just come out a little. And then when we get ready to come undone, we'll take another breath and push into the ground. Reach your crown high in that twist. And then from the belly button, come undone. So first belly button, then middle body, then shoulders and chin, and even go the opposite way, like squeezing a rag full of water. Take it a little the other way, and then come back into the middle. Take a breath here. Matilda. Take a breath. Looking at the legs, switch your legs. Whether one was on top or in front, reposition and readjust your seat one more time. Just so that we can get all of the movements, all of the spine sort of warmed up. And even just adjusting our leg positioning sometimes can give us more movement into one or another side. So breathe the spine tall again. Reach your shoulders to the ears, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the eyes. Think to the belly button one more time. The next time we take a breath from just that belly button, lower belly, twist to the opposite side. I'm going to my left this time. Let the hands land on the body and exhale. On that next inhale, we're going to take the middle body across the breast, across the heart, a little more into the left twist. And then shoulders and chin. Take a breath and go all the way and hold that for a moment. Before you come undone, when you breathe in, press your fingers into the floor and stretch your head high. And then come undone from the belly button. Belly button, middle heart, going all the way the opposite way. Shoulders and chin. Squeezing that rag full of water the opposite way one more time. And then come back into the middle again. Take a breath here. Let the spine feel very strong and tall. Let the shoulders reach to the ears one more time. And now we're going to keep the spine long and just reach forward like we're looking over that edge of the seat again. So spine long, seat securely into the mat. And we're going to make circles with the spine in our seat. So from a forward space, imagine the spine long like a stick. Just start to take it and make a circle in your pelvis. So lean all the way to the right and then all the way back. And you'll even feel the back, your back stays straight and the front of your seat will sort of lift. Take your time and let your spine Stay long and go all the way around the circles of your pelvic bowl. Take your time and let your hands land on the ground. Let your hands help your body. And just go in that slow circle so that you're warming all of this with the spine as straight as you can. And it'll feel a little weird in the beginning because you're like moving all around in this slow, awkward circle. But almost imagine when you're taking and getting the cake batter out and you want to scrape all the edges to get every delicious drop. Let it be a little awkward and go all the way around the edges of your pelvic bowl with your spine. And then come back to the middle when you've done it. Take a breath. Lean, lean, lean back. Lean back. Go the opposite way with that stirring motion. So now I'm stirring to my right. I think I went this way last time. And just take your time and go a couple of stirs. The same idea, nice and slow, all the way around. Let your body feel the different movements, the different, like, I had a little pop in my hip there. And just take your time and go all the way around. Again, like you're scraping the edge of that great big mixing bowl with the spine. Let your hands support your body all the way around that circle. And then when you've done it that side a couple times, come back up to the middle. And then we're going to bring our attention to our arms. Let the fingers come down to the mat next to you on the body. We're going to make like a triangle with fingers to crown and crown down to the other hands too. Let your fingertips touch the mat and walk away, so just the long fingers are touching. Press those long fingers into the mat like you're trying to help your shoulders sit up tall. Press those fingers a lot. Relax the eyes, but blink them open. Blink the eyes open and find something to stare at, and press your fingers in the mat. Relax your tongue. Press the fingers in the mat. Find something to stare at and press the fingers a lot. Imagine you're staring. The only thing that's really active is the fingers, just a few fingers or 2 fingers touching. Now imagine pressing those fingers and lifting your whole body. Just with your mind, you will not lift your body, but just imagine pressing, 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 eyes staring, staring, tongue relaxed, body light, 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 light. Take another breath and then exhale. Relax your arms, relax your chin, let your shoulders round in, and just sit in a relaxed seat with the curved back, head close to the chest. Now take a breath and sit up tall again. Bring your arms back down to the mat. Take another breath and breathe the arms up alongside the body like a T. The palms are face down. Keep the palms face down and spread your fingers really wide, almost like you're trying to get every finger far, far away from the other finger as far as you can. Spread all the fingers wide. Sit up the head nice and tall. Relax the tongue. Relax the eye sockets. You can stare at that point, or you can relax the eyes, whatever feels good, but spread your fingers a lot. Spread the fingers, and start to feel energy from those hands, like reaching down, down, down to the ground. Keep the arms long, and then from that belly button, twist to the right. Take the whole body, and then go all the way to the left. So now it's almost like a propeller. Go back to the right, and then go back to the left. Keep the arms long, the hands and fingers splayed, and just do a couple of times, twisting from the belly button, left and right, with the arms long like this. And then exhale when you're done a few times. Let the arms come down, down, down to the mat. Soften the shoulders, round the chin in. Make the spine really soft and rounded in. And take a breath here. Take another breath and sit the body back up again. Reposition the legs. so that the other one is back on top or in front. Lean left and right in the seat one more time. Then bring the fingers back to the mat once again. Long fingers. Press the fingers into the mat, sit the head up high. Relaxing the tongue. Take a big breath, and this time we're going to breathe the arms up all the way above the head, and let the hands touch like a clap. All the fingers are lined up, up, up with each other. Take a breath, and you don't have to, the arms don't have to like be very straight. Your head can sort of shake no. And just keep your hands reaching above the head with the fingers touching, matching each other. Take another breath and start to look up with your eyes and chin and reach those hands a little higher. With your imagination, help your hands and wrist go a little higher. And then exhale, bring the hands down, down, down at prayer. Soften the head, soften the shoulders. Take a big breath and exhale that away with a sigh. Take a breath in, send the hands up together, nice and high. Keep the palms together, looking up at the chin. And then exhale, bring them back down to prayer again. Keep the spine nice and straight this time. Take a nice slow breath in the nose. Exhale, let that breath go away. And then start to take your time, but we're going to come up to standing on the mat. So however you want to get there, we're going to come right into the middle. And we'll first start making our way into mountain pose. I want to just sort of do a little bit of a sun salutation, but in a slow motion sort of a way. And the first spot we start, or the first position, if you would be mountain pose. So first, just like all the time when we go into a shape, take your time and actually step left and right with those legs. Bend the knees, make little ankle circles, and then let your feet start to plant into the ground, into the mat. Pick up the toes and press them in the ground like the cats do. Lift the heels, push them back down. You want to make sure your feet you don't want your feet and legs touching so much. So imagine that your big toes are about 2 fists apart or at the edges of your ears. So they're at least that wide. Press the feet, the edges on the inner edges and the outer edges, and then bend the knees and then stand the body up nice and straight. Let the arms sort of be relaxed, but the legs be active. Press your big toe into the mat a lot. Big toes, pressing, pressing, pressing. Do a little bend to the knees and stand up again. See if you can keep your big toe pressing for another moment. Just as we're standing, just press the big toes. And then with relaxed stare, find something in the room to focus on and keep pressing your big toes while we stand in this space. Keep the big toes pressing and the arms relaxed. Keep the big toes pressing and the tongue relaxed. Keep the big toes pressing, and now take the arms and sweep them up, up, up alongside the ears and look up at the chin. Keep the arms open and the hands facing each other, almost like you're trying to reach something onto a shelf. Keep pressing your big toes. Keep pressing the big toes. Keep pressing the big toes. And then let your hands come together and down, down, down at prayer, down at prayer. Relax the toes. Relax the leg muscles. Relax your shoulders. Relax the tongue and eyes. Take a breath in, and with those pressed palms, with the prayer hands, send them up high again one more time. Send the hands up, and then when they come back down, exhale, bring them back down at prayer again. Bend the knees, and come and fold the body like halfway. So my body, it is not gonna look flat, but it feels like a half fold for me. Stand the body back up. We're just gonna sort of warm into that half lift. Take a breath, send the arms up. On that exhale, bring the palms back down and fold into that half lift. The spine stays nice and straight, jaw relaxed. My hands are still at prayer, or you can put them on the thighs. And then stand the body back up. Send the palms up high one more time. Press the big toes a lot. And then exhale, bring the hands down. Relax that space in mountain pose one more time. Inhale, take a breath, send the hands up. And then on that exhale, bend the knees and bring the hands back in at the same time. Bend your knees and come into that half lift. Put the hands on your thighs. And then reach your hands put your hands like you're gonna reach to the ground. And then reach, bend gently. Keep a lot of bend in the knees, just so your fingertips touch the ground. Shake the head no. And then put your hands back on your legs and stand up one more time. Stand the body back up nice and tall. Let the arms sweep up. And then touch the hands at prayer. Come back into your mountain pose one more time. So that was mountain pose, half lift, and forward fold. So those are like the first 3 stations, if you would, in our sun salutation. So we'll sort of move through that a little faster, and then we're going to move down onto the mat. So inhale, breathe our arms up. Exhale, let them come down. Bend the knees and come into our half lift. You can put the hands on the thighs and take another breath and reach the arms down to the ground. Put the hands flat if you can, and step that right leg back, step that left leg back, and lower the body to your hands and knees. Take a breath here in a tabletop shape. And then lay the belly flat on the mat. Lower the belly flat on the mat. You can put the hands under the chin. Let the legs be relaxed. Pick up the left leg, pick up the right leg, and just let them be laying long on the mat. Now with your arms, put your arms alongside the body. The palms face down, forearms down, and just push up with those palms and the arms a little. Do a little cobra. So the upper body's up, jaw and chin is relaxed, but my lower body is sort of just back here on the ground. And then exhale, let that come down to the mat. Now back at our knees, start to push back into that tabletop. Like come back onto hands and knees. We'll come into table for just one moment. So the back is straight. The palms and the knees are mirroring each other. So they're not too close. They're about as wide as our mountain pose feet, or even a little wider. And from tabletop, before we move, just look up with the chin. Let the belly go low. And take a little bit of a cow shape right here. Press into the fingers, the index fingers and thumbs a lot. Round the back and go up into cat. Shake the head no. And then come back to that tabletop. So from here, take your toes and press those toes into the mat a lot. Press the toes into the mat, lift the knees, and just stand, walk your feet back to that standing fold spot. So now I'm back in that space where I was in the fold. My hands are on the ground. Another breath, and help your body just stand back up. And then take a breath here. And that's sort of a version of the sun salutation that we're just going to move through one more time, just a little bit faster. And as you move, take your time. And if there's any parts that don't feel good, just sort of move through it or skip it. So starting from the beginning, from mountain pose, take a breath and breathe our arms up, looking up. And then as we exhale, fold the knees and come to a half lift. Take another breath and reach the hands down, down, down to the ground. Step back with the left leg first, and then step that right leg back. And you can go onto the knees or lower your belly all the way down to the ground, however you want. But land on the ground, put the hands back under the chin one more time. Let the legs be relaxed, belly long, lean left and right. Relax the jaw a moment, relax the face. And then bring the arms and hands next to you. Press the fingers, especially index fingers and thumbs. And open up the heart, open up the front body, look up with the eyes. Come into a cobra. And let that cobra back down, down, down to the mat. On the next breath, push the body back up into that tabletop, into hands and knees. And from our hands and knees, push the toes into the mat. Press the toes into the mat a lot. Take a breath and lift the knees, standing the bum up and walking the feet towards the hands until we're back in that forward fold. And then another breath. See if we can bend the knees and sweep the arms up, 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 above the head, and then exhale down, down, down at prayer. Inhale, send the palms up nice and high. Exhale, fold, fold the body, bend the knees, come into your half lift. Take another breath and start to reach down, down, down to the mat. And then send the feet back, right leg first, left leg next. You can lower the body onto hands and knees or lower the body all the way down to the mat like a plank lower. Let the body first rest flat on the mat. Bring the arms next to you. Press your palms, especially the index fingers, and push the upper body up. Come into your cobra. Looking up with the heart. The palms are pressing, lower body relaxing. And then lower, lower, lower down to the mat. Take one more breath and bring the body back onto hands and knees, back onto that tabletop. Let's move through a little cat-cow. So look up with the chin, lower the belly. Look over that right shoulder, back at those toes. And then look over that left shoulder. Keep the belly low. Exhale, blow the breath away. Round, round, round the spine. Shake the head, no, come up into cat pose. And then move that body back in the table. Come back with a straight spine. Curl those toes, press them into the mat. Press the toes a lot, lift the knees, lift the bum, walk the feet one at a time very carefully, back to the fold, and inhale, bend the knees, see if you can sweep the arms up, 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 palms meet together in the sky, and then exhale, down, down, down at prayer. Take a breath here. Inhale, send the palms up nice and high. Exhale, bend the knees, come into your half lift. Another breath, send the hands down, down, down to the mat. Send the left leg back, send the right leg back. You can go into a table or lower, lower, lower the body all the way down, down, down to the mat. Make a spot for the chin to rest. Bring the arms and the palms next to you. Press the palms deeply into the mat. Open up the heart. Come up into your cobra, pushing the palms in the mat, letting the legs and lower body relax. And then lower, lower, lower your cobra back down, down, down to the mat. Let your head lay to the right and lay to the left, almost like a pillow, like going to sleep. Do that a few times just to sort of stretch that neck a little or release that neck a little if you would. And this time we're going to roll onto our back. So take your time and start to roll the body over. And when you get down on the floor, start to grab the knees and lean a little left and right. Let the spine sort of straighten itself out. Squeeze the legs into the body like that cannonball hug. And let the bum even lift away on the mat so that lower back gets very straight. So a big squeeze if you need to so that you can get that spine really straight on the back. And then readjust again, the same way we do when we're sitting, so that our spine's really close to the mat and it's not like the meat of our body that we're sort of on. And then lay the legs down nice and long a minute. Let the arms open up. Pick up the head and lay it back down. Push the heart to the sky and let that back relax a minute. Take another breath and start to bring the feet up to the bum. We'll set up for bridge pose. So the feet are flat on the floor, knees are pointed, and they're as close to my bum, my high knee as I can without any pain. And the knees are wide. You don't want the feet touching, you want knees wide. Pressing the big toes a lot. Let the arms sort of just lay next to you on the mat, palms face down. Press the big toes. Press the fingers, press the hands, and just lift the hips, just a little lift. Just a little bit, and then lower, lower, lower back down to the mat. Let the knees sort of go a little left and right, like a windshield wiper motion. And then reposition those feet one more time, so they're close to the bum, flat on the floor, knees pointed. Take another breath, press into the big toes a lot, lift the hips. And then bring the hands under the body and either push the bum or make a fist under there and just hold that spot for just a breath. Press into the pinky toes and then lower, lower, lower the body down, down, down to the mat. Let the knees go a little left and right like that windshield wiper. Adjust the feet one more time. Get them as close to you as you can. Press the toes, press the palms, lift the hips. Now when you're lifted, keep those pinky toes active. You can bring the hands under the body to sort of help support that middle lower body, or make a fist, or keep them on the mat, you decide. See if you can hold this for a breath, even if you're supporting the bum. And then when you're ready, lower from the upper back to lower back. So one notch at a time, lower, 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 lower the vertebrae down, and then take the knees left and right a little, and then relax the body one more time. Send that right leg long. Let the right leg lay down long on the mat. And then point those toes and ankles, and then really stretch that right leg long and let it lay down. Keep this left leg bent up and start to grab it up to the body. Just the left leg. Even make space around the belly and the hip. Open up that side and squeeze it as much as you can, taking it as wide as you can. That one left leg, squeezing it up as high as you can without any pain. Right leg nice and long. And then we're just gonna roll onto that right side. So help the body just sort of roll onto that side. So this now left leg just touches the ground with my toes. And I'm laying on the side. I got this left leg squeezed up. The hip is open. And my right leg is nice and long. Help the body roll back to the middle. Let that left leg now go long, long, long down to the mat. Point those toes a little, stretch out that left leg and bring up the right leg. Squeeze that one up and do the same thing. Open up the hip, let it wiggle around a little and get it really up around the body. Move the belly around. Get it close to you as you can. Squeeze that leg up high, high, high. And then we'll do the same thing. Help yourself roll onto that left long leg. Just a little side twist. So now those the right toes are sort of touching the ground. And I'm just laying on that left side leg, left long leg. And then help the body back to the middle one more time. Let both legs go long. Let the arms open up like a T. We're just going to do a little bit of leg lift. So leave the arms long. They can be open or face down on the ground, you decide. Take the toes on both legs and point the toes. Point the toes, and with just the right leg, keep the right leg straight and just lift that right leg as high as you can with the toes pointed, leg straight. And then lower down, down, down to the mat. Excuse me. Now we'll do the same with the left leg. Point those toes, lift the leg. Just as high as you can, no strain. And then down, down, down to the mat. The right leg long, toes pointed. Inhale, lift that right leg as high as you can. And then down, down, down to the mat. Left leg, toes pointed, leg straight. Inhale, lift that leg. And then down, down, down to the mat. This time, take a breath and see if you can lift both legs just as high as you can. Point the toes. Flex the feet a little, make some circles, and then lower them back down. We could even help support the legs. Lower them down, down, down to the mat. And then let the hands lay on the body for a moment. Take a breath. Start to squeeze both legs back up again, and this time take both legs really wide. So around the belly on both sides, opening the hips a lot, a lot, a lot, and start to open the feet up to the sky in that happy baby shape. As you're doing that, holding onto the shins or behind the thighs, you could grab the feet or big toes. And as you're opening up those hips, lean left and right on the spine, taking that body, the whole body left and right, almost like that little baby sort of bobbing back and forth. Letting the hips be open, letting the legs and feet be open, and supporting them with your arms, whether they're on the shins, the thighs, or the feet. And then coming into a still space with the body open to the sky, start to spread the toes, and flex the ankles like you would walk on an invisible ground, but keep the body in this happy baby shape. Keep the body just like this. And with your arms either on the shins or the thighs, take that right leg and open up that knee. Point those toes to the sky and then bring it back. Open up that other one so you're straightening out the leg. You're keeping the whole body squeezied up in that happy baby. But pointing those toes and opening both legs a little, wow, on both sides. And then lean a little left and right. And then let that happy baby motion kind of come in, where you're sort of going left and right and letting the body lean a little, but now opening up the knees on both sides, really helping that body open up with the support of the back on the ground and gravity, and being upside down a little. And then when you've done that a few times, come back into that happy baby space. Let the feet come down, down, down to the mat, sort of like we were in bridge. Knees pointed to the sky. Take this right foot and cross it over the left leg. Like when you're sitting on a chair and you want to like if you would imagine like a gentleman crossing his leg. There's an opening now between the legs. This foot is just on the thigh. Take the arms and see if you can reach behind that leg and squeeze this hip. So I'm reaching on, I'm squeezing the leg that's bent to the ground. I'm squeezing it into the body. And this cross leg is on top. So my arms just went right through that opening and just squeezing that bend into the body just a little bit. You'll feel it in that right hip. And then let that bent knee come back down to the mat. Let both knees come down to the mat. Both feet come down to the mat like bridge one more time. And then cross the other foot. So I'm picking up the left leg and putting that foot on that opposite thigh. And then in that opening now, taking my hands and sort of reaching through, grabbing on that thigh and squeezing this bent knee in toward the body. Don't pull any pain. Just go as far as you can so that it feels like a stretch. If it feels pulley or pinchy, just come back out of there. It could be very different than your other side. And then even opening and closing that long bent leg, the one that you're squeezing to the sky. Just really working that spot. And let it come back down to the mat. Let both legs go long on the mat. Let the arms open up. Lift the head and lay it back down again. Lift the bum a little left and right and let it land on the mat. Push the heart to the sky, let it land back on the mat. Take the hands and squeeze them into fists and raise them up high. Squeeze in the arms. Now bend the elbows. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the upper muscles. Squeeze the shoulders to the ears. Squeeze the arms, hands, shoulders. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then open them up. Drop them on the floor. Think down to the toes. Squeeze the toes. Squeeze the feet. Squeeze the ankles. Shake the ankles back and forth and then squeeze the legs. Bend them in. Squeeze the legs. Squeeze the knees. Squeeze the hips. Squeeze the thigh meats. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then let the legs go down to the mat. Pick up the right leg and drop it. Pick up the left leg and drop it. Pick up the right arm and drop it. Pick up the left arm and drop it. Lift the head and gently place it back down. Press the heart and gently lay it back down. Press the hips and gently lay it back down. Take a big breath in the nose. Fill, fill, fill the body. Exhale, blow all that breath away. Take another breath in. Thinking down, relaxing the toes, relaxing the feet, relaxing the ankles, relaxing the shins, relax the knees, relax the thighs, relax the hips, relax the pelvis, relaxing the spine and the belly, relaxing our heart, relaxing the fingers and arms, relaxing our shoulders, relaxing the neck and the chin, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the teeth and the tongue, relaxing the eyes and the ears, softening across the forehead and the third eye, relaxing the scalp and the hair and the crown, relaxing the whole body all the way down, down, down to the toes. Nothing to do but relax, relax, relax. Take a nice slow breath and relax deeper in your space, or maybe roll onto one side. But stay in your space of rest for just another moment or two. And with a nice, slow, deep breath whenever you're ready, help the body sit back up. Take your time. Come back to the seat where we started. Keeping the chin and the heart close and yourself close to yourself for just a minute longer. Bringing the hands into prayer or on top of each other at your heart space. You decide what feels good. You can keep the eyes soft or closed. And just send a few moments of thought into ourself for appreciation. Thanking ourselves for showing up today and taking this time for our body and our mind and our breath to join together. Taking the time for our health and our wellness. Taking the time to feel good. And just thinking into our body, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, body. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Thank you for everything that we're going to do today and everything that we'll do tomorrow. Thank you, body, thank you, body. And then just let's bring the hands together at prayer and just rub them together. Rub the hands up and down. Really, really fast. And then take your hands and put them on your body wherever you want. And send in one last dose of your own love from your own body to your own body. Just giving yourself one more moment of your awareness and your attention and your love before we return back to our morning. And with a deep breath, let it all go. Thank you so much for being here this morning and working with me with our schedules. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of the day.
You too.